Hello there and welcome to the latest episode of TSAtv Newsdesk, packed to the brim with all the gaming news from the week ending the 29th of September 2013, and brought to you by the people at TheSixthAxis.com. The biggest news of the week is Valve's new onslaught on the living room gaming space with the new SteamOS at its heart. The free operating system is built on Linux, optimised for games, and will be available as a free download and also pre-installed on new specially designed Steam machines from a variety of manufacturers. Alongside the recently announced family sharing features, SteamOS will include and integrate a bunch of media servers and even stream titles from your PC or Mac that don't have SteamOS versions. Of course, there's also a new controller to go with all of this, and the Steam controller ditches traditional design for a dual trackpad setup that is designed to work with traditional controller titles, as well as genres that normally don't transition well to controllers, such as strategy and simulation games, as well as to make left-handed controllers as simple as changing a setting. All of this is due next year, with Valve planning a limited beta that includes a target spec Steam machine built by the company themselves. Next gen Newsdesk time, kicking off with a slate of new details for the PS4's Killzone Shadowfall, including 2 new console bundles. As well as a bundle that includes a PS4, a DualShock 4 and a copy of the game, there's a Mega Edition, including an extra controller and the PS4 camera for roughly the price of an Xbox One, with both due out at launch. Sony has also set the suggested retail price of its PS4 launch titles, with Killzone and Drive Club just shy of £60 and Knack for a $5 less, but expect retailers to subsidise those much as they do with current generation games. Speaking of Killzone, a season pass will be available for the game for $15.99, including 2 multiplayer map packs, an online co-op survival mode, and 3 packs for co-op. Square Enix's Thief on PS4 will use the DualShock 4's light bar to indicate how hidden protagonist Garrett is, as well as utilising motion controls for the game's bow and the touchpad for menus, maps and inventory management. Capcom's Deep Down is confirmed as a PS4 exclusive free-to-play action RPG, with a beta due for release near the Japanese PS4 launch next year, and Tiny Brains, Putty Squad and the Pinball Arcade are all confirmed to release alongside the PS4 in the West this November. Meanwhile, on the Xbox side of things, Microsoft have confirmed that video uploads on the Xbox One will be limited to Xbox Live only at launch, with other services like YouTube and Facebook due later. The company has also suggested that the late announcements of the console's indie program ID at Xbox will mean users will be waiting until next year to see many independent titles on the platform. Newly announced this week is Nosgoth, a long-rumoured multiplayer title set in the Legacy of Kain universe. Developed by Psyonix and published by Square Enix, Nosgoth is a free-to-play title due on Steam next year, with beta sign-ups open now. Super Exploding Zoo is a new downloadable PS4 and Vita title from Frobisher Says and Hohokam devs Honeyslug. And Xbox Fitness is a new workout app service coming to Connect on Xbox One, free to Live Gold subscribers for the first year, before requiring a separate sub. A direct sequel to mobile hit Cut the Rope is on the way later in the year, following the success of the spin-offs Experiments and Time Travel, and a remake of Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II, titled Rebirth 2, is coming to Vita in Japan. On the technology side of things, Microsoft has revealed updates to its Surface line of Windows 8 tablets, bumping specs across the line and introducing new charging and music-orientated keyboard attachments, while Tesco has revealed an own-brand Android tablet named Huddle, planned for release on September 30th for £119. EA has announced the first full expansion pack for this year's SimCity reboot, titled Cities of Tomorrow and due in November. While Naughty Dog has finally unveiled its plans for The Last of Us Season Pass, the Abandoned Territories multiplayer map pack is arriving on October 16th, with another due early next year, while a large, as yet unnamed, single-player pack featuring a new character is due at the end of 2013. Pre-ordering the upcoming Thief reboot will net you the bank heist mission, an homage to the similar mission in Thief 2. While the Batman Arkham Origins Season Pass includes an initiation pack set before Bruce Wayne became the Bat, a whole bunch of skins, and another upcoming expansion that hooks you into the story and events of the game. South Park The Stick of Truth is finally arriving on December 13th, with pre-orders netting the pack of 4 costumes with special abilities, while a special Grand Wizard edition will include a Grand Wizard Cartman figure and a map of the game world. Finally, Worms Revolution Extreme will be arriving for Vita on October 9th for £11.99, and Housemarque's mobile game Firmins will also be landing on the portable in October. In the news this week, Rockstar has clarified the content which will be available at this week's launch of Grand Theft Auto Online, as well as confirming that in-game money will be purchasable via microtransactions, and warning that the launch will likely be rocky due to the sheer numbers of copies sold. Unfortunately, the previously announced heists and user-generated content will miss the initial launch, but free roam and character customization will be present from day one, with more content coming on a regular basis. Sony's UK head Fergal Guerra has hinted that gamers should watch this space for details on a Western launch of the recently announced but currently Japan-only PS Vita TV, and changes are afoot at both EA and Bungie. Following Andrew Wilson's appointment as EA's new CEO last week, Patrick Soderlund will be taking over as head of EA Sports alongside his current role as head of the EA Games label, and Frank Gibeau, previous head of all EA's labels, will now lead EA Mobile and Origin. Over at Bungie, Destiny and Halo writer Joseph Staten has left the studio after 15 years. Elsewhere in the news, EA has confirmed it is looking into early reports of overpowered moves in FIFA 14, as well as that the PS2, PSP, Vita and Wii versions of this year's game will feature only roster updates. Following retail listings in the past few months, a Game of the Year edition of DC Fighter Injustice Gods Among Us has been rated by both German and Brazilian ratings boards, for Vita, with the latter also indicating that PS4 and Xbox One versions are on the way. Trademark Saints Row weapon the Penetrator will be turning up in the new Shadow Warrior reboot. EA has cancelled next year's College American football game following ongoing disagreement over licensing in the sport, and Quantic Dream's upcoming Beyond Two Souls apparently had a budget of £17 million. The UK's Office of Fair Trading has announced a new investigation into in-app purchases that target children, while the Vita's Phantasy Star Nova is currently only planned for a release in Japan, and Toon Link is the latest confirmed returning character in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. Chart time, and unsurprisingly Grand Theft Auto 5 is straight in at number 1, having sold more in its UK launch week than all previous entries of the series combined. It managed to sell 96% of all games in the top 10. Pro Evo 2014 is also new at number 2, The Last of Us jumps 22 places up the chart to number 3, while Saints Row 4 is down 3 to 4, and Splinter Cell Blacklist is down 1 to 5. The only other new entry for the week is Harvest Moon 3D, A New Beginning, coming in at number 22. That's about it for this week's show, with just time for the usual reminders. If you want to back Mega Man style platformer Mighty No. 9 on Kickstarter, you have until the early hours of Wednesday morning, with a 3DS and Vita version from Hotline Miami Porters Abstraction Games just added as a stretch goal. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes is the latest free game for Xbox Live Gold subscribers, available from the 1st of October, while the latest PlayStation Plus content drop is now also available on PSN. The HD version of Ratchet Gladiator is also finally up on the store, with codes being sent out to those due to receive the game for free after the delay of Q-Force's Vita version, and the 3-volume GTA 5 soundtrack is now available on iTunes. For all the latest in the gaming world, head over to TheSixthAxis.com, where right now you can see the first trailer for the Need for Speed movie and first footage of Velocity 2X's platforming sections and the Vita update of Frozen Synapse. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to get all the best stuff delivered right to you, and we'll be back next week with more Newsdesk. Until then, thanks for watching.